So welcome back everyone, Mike here. If you saw the last video, you know we got this big cistern tank. This is 4,000 gallons. It weighs about 39,000 pounds, 6-inch walls, and there's 1,500 pounds of rebar in that tank. It's an incredibly big, heavy tank, but it's going to work perfectly for what we need. Now when I dug this hole, I kind of over excavated a little bit. I made it bigger than what I needed to. And the reason I did that, when I backfill around here, I wanted to be able to get my plate compactor all the way around it. And I also wanted to make sure the hole was big enough when they came. We had 2 trucks here. It was a whole production, but those guys were really good. It came from Key Precast up near Shakur, Pennsylvania. They serve all western Pennsylvania. They make tanks like this, septic tanks, all kind of stuff. But really impressed with the way they got it in here. Everything worked out perfectly. Now this evening, I'm going to start backfilling just a little bit. We'll see how much we get done. Maybe you could just backfill it all with that shovel, Melissa. That's quite a hole.
It is.
You can.
There's something you need to get rid of. Throw it in now.
For something or someone.
Well, either. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, before I forget, if you didn't see that video the other day with the Ford Bronco,
yeah,
it was a great video. Not about the Bronco, but what Melissa talked about, and there was a lot of wonderful comments from people. That's one. Watch the whole video is what I'm saying. The first 5 or 6 minutes is about the new Bronco, but the rest of it is kind of about us, and Melissa had a good message. So check that video out.
Thanks.
But anyway, I think I'm going to fire up the excavator. I won't get all this done tonight, but at least get a little something in there.
Okay.
I'd like to get it all backfilled by tomorrow night after work because Melissa's been bringing the dogs out on a leash. Archie, it wouldn't be, he could, you know what I mean, as fast as he runs.
Could. Yeah,
we gotta get this backfilled.
Just don't know.
That's a heck of a tank. You could use that as like a bomb shelter too.
Yeah.
Oh, and something I wanted to mention. It's deceiving, even standing here. I know on camera it looks different. You know, the water line's going to go in the top of this tank. I have 3 holes, one for a vent, one for a fill tube, and one going into the building for the water. This corner right here, I shot it with the rotating laser, is actually 4.5 feet lower than the floor level of the patio. So there's going to be a lot of fill over top of all this. That road over there that you see, it's going to be moved over, but we're going to have all that dirt from the swimming pool as well. And so what we're trying to do is make a nice big flat part, you know, off this end of the pool, and we can even have more yard in this area here, nice and flat. So it looks, I don't know. I checked it 3 times too. I kept thinking to myself, am I low enough? But it is. It's right.
Okay, it was another nice day here in Southwest PA, and I'm just going to let you know, any day that it's not raining and we've got some cloudy blue skies is a nice day. Mike's behind me, jumps in the excavator right now. He's going to bring some of that fill forward. He's got some mounds of dirt almost on all 4 sides of this. He took a day off work to do this, and he started earlier in the day. And the trucks got here with the tanks. They came in 2 pieces about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he felt a little rushed, but they didn't have to wait on him, so he just had to dump some gravel in, and before you know it, they were unloading the tanks. It was pretty impressive to watch. But Mike, he goes and goes. I really don't know how he does it, because it's just non-stop. If he's not doing a project or doing videos or editing, he's cutting his mom's grass, which he just mentioned he has to find time to do that. His mom's been calling him. She wants her grass cut. And it is nice looking at the grass, how green it is. We didn't have a lot of rain this spring, but we had a nice amount. The leaves are coming out on the trees, and look how green the grass is. I noticed we have some dandelions in our grass. Did you know dandelion is really good for you? Not so much the yellow flower, but the leaves. There are a lot of benefits to dandelion. I'm just going to move this way. It was kind of busy today when he was getting ready for them. He was digging this, and then he brought in a couple, I think 4 or 5 loads of buckets of stone to put in on the bottom. And you know, there's 2 trucks waiting to get in this position, so they were sitting down the driveway. We had grandson Ty this afternoon, and I'll tell you what, he loved watching all the equipment and these big trucks, but we wouldn't let him down or like to run, you know, it's just too busy. He would get mad, throw his head back, scream. It was kind of funny just to watch, because remember those days of having a toddler and, you know, you tell them no or they can't do something and they just go limp or throw their head back? Yeah, that's what was going on with Ty. Okay, what he's doing there is making me nervous. I watched him when he was digging this. He would just drive around the rim of this hole, and I'm like, oh man. One flip and one of those tracks could go in maybe, I don't know. He obviously knows what he's doing, and if it were me, I'd be sweating bullets. Yeah, so this part should be just as fun for him. He's really good at this. He enjoys doing it. It keeps him busy. But like I said, he's got so many other things going on. It's a full-time job, trying to keep this place mowed, and his mom's, and just everything else. I really don't know how he does it. I said to him the other day, don't you want to just take a day or two and let's go somewhere? Take a trip just up north, you know, maybe down south. Take a few days, what turned into a 2-day invite, maybe 4 days. He's like, yeah, maybe, but we've got so much to do with Hannah's wedding coming up, the pool, swimming pool's coming soon. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. All right, I think I'm gonna step out of the way. Oh, he's moving that direction.
So running the excavator or the tractors or whatever, it's kind of, it's very relaxing for me, but today, it wasn't very relaxing at all. I took the day off of work today to get this tank put in. You know, I had to do all the digging today and everything, and had it all kind of figured out. But my phone wouldn't quit ringing from work. And even though, you know, you're off work, I like to answer it just because small problems that you can take care of turn into big problems if you don't answer your phone. And plus, this hole took a little bit longer to dig than what I thought it would. This machine worked fantastic digging it, but the problem was I was getting dirt bound. I had nowhere to put all the dirt and had to kind of move it twice, sometimes 3 times. But it all worked out. We got it in the ground, and the guys from Key Precast, they were super nice. Teddy came down. He could tell I was rushing around trying to finish up. He's like, don't worry, man, everything's good. The truck showed up, and they did a great job getting it set in the ground. But it's a really nice night tonight. This is really nice backfill material right here. See that shale? Beautiful stuff. It compacts well, and like when you track it in with the machine or hit it with that plate compactor, it'll break down a little bit, and there's not a lot of voids in it, you know? So it works out really good. The first lift I put in, I'm gonna put in kind of heavy, so there probably will be some settling, but I don't want to be too deep down in there beside that tank in case, you know, the sides would come in or something, but it'll be all right. I got a little bit of stone left in the bucket here. I'm just going to dump that in the corner here. And then I'll use this to get a little bit out of this pile here, and I'll dump on this end. But there is a lot of dirt here, but we'll use it all up, plus the dirt from the swimming pool. A couple things before I forget. In that video the other day, we mentioned Kubota's Hometown Proud grant program, and I will put the link in the description for that again if anybody's interested. It's a really cool thing. Kubota is going to give somebody, you know, like a grant, $100,000, a community or a town, like a municipality or a non-profit, and they're also going to provide Kubota equipment for them to use for their project. And the application process is pretty easy. You know, you don't have to buy anything or nothing like that, but I know a lot of you guys are involved with all types of different organizations, so check out that link in the description. It's gonna change somebody's life, a bunch of people probably, so check that out. But yeah, I am relaxed right now. Like I said earlier today, I was rushing. I'm never late, first of all, and I hate when someone's waiting for me for anything, and I did not want to have those guys waiting around, waiting for me to get this hole ready. But it all worked out. All right, just hopped out of the machine there to kind of scope things out. And I think what I'm going to do is just keep doing what I'm doing. You know, I was planning on getting down in there with that plate compactor, but I really don't like that thing vibrating down in there in between that big tank and that big wall beside me. I mean, it's pretty stable, But I think it would be best just to keep bringing it up and using the bucket to compact it until I get up where it's a little bit safer. And it is really good material. And it will sink just a little bit, I'm sure. But that won't be a big deal. It's coming out good. And by the way, the reason I went with a concrete tank over a plastic tank. So I did my homework when I was looking for a tank. At least I think I did. And initially, I was leaning towards getting one of those plastic tanks. A big one, you know, with the ribs that you can bury. But then the more I looked into it, the more I was kind of pushed towards the concrete tank. And the plastic ones, they seem okay, but there's a few things that I didn't like about it. Number one, they cost more money than the concrete tank. Number two, when you're backfilling them, you have to use all fill sand, and you have to fill the tank as you're backfilling. At least that's what's recommended. And I didn't want to do that. And number three, you're not supposed to let it get below a quarter tank, okay? You're supposed to have at least a quarter of that tank full at all times. Now this tank right here, you don't have to do any of that. Just backfill it with what I have. I could fill this right up to the top and drive over top of this thing. You're not going to hurt it. Like I mentioned before, you know, there is talk that we're going to get city water at some point. They're saying maybe this summer. I'm not holding my breath, and I'm not actually too worried about it now that I got this in the ground. And to get this filled up with good potable water, there's a water service. I don't know, it's about a half hour, 45 minutes from us. It's about $300 or $320, which, you know, is probably cheaper than a water bill. I don't know. But anyway, this is what we wanted. This is what we needed. And this is what's going to work. But these are a great solution if you don't have enough water from your well. The ridge that we live on here, everybody along this road has problems with their well water. It's good water. There's just not enough of it. And you kind of have to plan everything out. You know, if you're going to do a load of laundry, you may get one shower, but then someone should probably wait an hour before they get a shower, and it's a whole thing. But at least over here in the building, we won't have that problem with this tank. That'll be 4,000 gallons of water, and that'll be plenty for our needs over here. So this side here and this side here I can get with the 30-inch bucket and compact it. I'm going to put a little bit more in here, and tomorrow night I'll put the 18-inch bucket on there, level all that out and compact it down. But anyway, that's it for today's video. I really appreciate y'all being here. And like I mentioned earlier, don't forget to check out that link in the description for Kubota Hometown Proud. And like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.